Welcome, future masters. Please leave a like, it'll help a lot. So here we go. We have a trap in the advanced Caro Kann defense variation. Let's see it, shall we? E4, C6, D4, D5, your standard Caro Kann defense. This is the Genesis position. E5, the advanced variation on move 3. So the old way to play this was bishop to F5 and then play E6. That's the general idea, but there's many traps that go against that. However, you have a different trap. C5. This is the more dynamic way for black to play. He's going to start hitting on the pawn chain on D4 immediately because white has wasted a tempo with E5. That would be the justification for playing C5. Otherwise, white has wasted a second move pushing the e-pawn. Black has also wasted a second move pushing the c-pawn. However, the c-pawn now fights for central control where the e-pawn does not. So, knight to f3. Black has two real good responses, either bishop g4 or simply knight to c6. White bolsters the defense of d4. Black bolsters the attack on d4. White negates the defense or the attack of the black knight on d4, and black, seeing a good idea, does the same. Both knights have now been neutralized, completely out of the question. Now, technically, white still has potential moves with knight to g5 if he needs to tactically. Black's knight, however, is just pinned and it cannot move because the king would be exposed. So white decides, hey, I want to bolster my own knight with my other knight, threatening to say h3 and if bishop takes knight, knight takes bishop. Black sees an opportunity, and there's a trap here. Black doesn't wait for h3, but black plays bishop takes knight. And the most natural move here is clearly knight takes bishop to bolster the d4 square. However, that is a mistake. White should play either g takes f3 or queen takes f3. Queen takes f3 is probably the best move. And then his pawn structure is going to be inferior after c takes d4, but he's not destroyed. However, playing the basic and most obvious and natural move in the world, knight takes f3, is a mistake. Now, give yourself 1 or 2 minutes, pause the video, and see if you can figure out what the mistake is. And I'll be back in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Did you see? Queen to a5 check. This is a fundamental type of theme that comes up in French defenses or also sometimes in Caro Kann. Not as much, but it's one of those things you learn, and even some Sicilians, you get these queen a5 checks. That's the trap. The pawn belonged on c3. So instead of knight b d2, white would have been better. Here, instead of knight b d2, c3 is the correct move. And the reason it's the correct move is it stops this check forking the bishop. And it also strengthens the pawn chain, making the pawn chain extend from e5 all the way down to b2. Knight b d2 is a good move in theory, but tactically it is a mistake, and that's what gets you. The strategy is a wonderful idea. Replace the knight with another knight, and man, you get super protection of d4. But you need to play c3 first. Bishop takes knight, knight takes bishop, check, bishop to here, and queen takes free bishop. That's what my father would say. So this game went on further, but we're not here to try and pile on to the guy. He just made a mistake, and it was an instructive error, and I wanted to show you how an opening trap can be relevant in a legitimate game. Instead of looking at some esoteric garbage attack, praying the guy makes a mistake. Black plays just a solid strategic game, and the trap is generated through solid strategic play. And when white misses the strategy, that's what catches him. So hopefully this trap will help you out. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.